could be the most physically fit person in the world, but you could be struggling mentally and nobody knows because, oh, you look so fit, you eat so healthy, but on the inside, something's missing. I would just say that you only have one life and one body, so what you do each day, just be mindful of that because a lot of times we don't get second chances, and to take care of yourself.
Welcome to Mastery Podcast, where entrepreneurs and experts uncover the truth about health, wealth, and personal mastery. I'm Dr. Sas, and together we dive deep into strategies that elevate your business and well-being beyond mainstream advice. Get ready for powerful stories, expert insights, and transformational knowledge. Welcome back to Mastery Podcast. Today I am joined by Chelsea Nies. Chelsea is a registered nurse, a wellness coach who helps young professionals navigate life transitions, tackle burnout, and build sustainable wellness habits so they can regain their energy, prioritize self-care, and thrive in every stage of life. Wow. Amazing. Welcome to the show, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you. Just excited to talk to you about all this stuff you've been working on. And let me ask you this, Chelsea. You transitioned from being an athlete to a nurse, and now you're a wellness coach. Can you share what led you down this path?
Yeah, so it kind of started growing up. I was a four-sport athlete, so very active. My mom always cooked home-cooked meals with fresh vegetables, fresh food. Never really went out to eat besides for birthdays, so I was always being very active and nourishing my body. And then transitioning into college, you're just kind of like freedom. You do what you want and navigating the world by yourself. And I was eating pizza at 2 a.m. I was drinking every weekend, just living my life, not really sleeping as much as I should, taking care of my body, just kind of having fun, which is, there's a time and a place for it. And then I transitioned after college. I got my degree in nursing and started as a nurse. So you're not only transitioning into the career that you just chose, but also into adulthood. Like you're used to always going to school, educating yourself. And now it's like, how do I adult? How do I navigate the real world? And not to mention joining the healthcare system and having COVID thrown at you at the same time. So just a lot of life adjustments all at once. And I could definitely feel like the toll all of that took on me, but I just didn't necessarily know how to identify that I wasn't well because I felt okay, but something was missing. And choosing the career I chose to help people, but yet still feeling like I'm helping these people, but I'm maybe not helping myself. And so I was getting a little burnt out, and I decided to kind of look for that next piece, what's missing. And that's when I decided to start travel nursing. So I really love to travel, and then it helped me kind of get that passion back for helping people in a different environment. But again, as time went on, as the years went on, that sparkle and that passion kind of just sunk back down. And I just felt like there was something still missing. I was not feeling necessarily mentally well or emotionally, traveling by myself, not having that support system that I used to have, just being out there on my own. And then also seeing throughout the different hospital systems how it's really a broken system, and it's all about sick care. Yes, we're helping that person right then and there with the immediate thing that needs attention, but not taking care of the person as a whole. This is a human being. This is not a person that just this is your issue, let's fix this issue. We need to fix the root cause. We need to take care of the whole you and not just the problem at hand. So how can I truly help somebody in the way I want to help them? Because right now I'm just going through the motions. I'm checking the boxes they tell me I need to and giving the medications that I'm supposed to give. And so that's when I kind of did a little reflection on myself, and this just doesn't necessarily align with me. I'm missing something that I just feel almost passionless now and losing hope. And so how do I find that piece that aligns with me again? And so I kind of went into a dive on the internet and found wellness coaching, where I could still use my nursing knowledge, but also help people in the way I want to help them. And so that's kind of how I evolved into this wellness coach of not only my own journey, but also helping people on their journey as well and how to thrive again in life.
Wow. Thank you for that story.
Yeah.
That a lot of health professional now, right, run into that situation. And you were thrown into like everything all at once.
Oh, yeah.
Newly grad, nursing, and then, who can handle COVID? I mean, especially, young adults, and you did an amazing job. You turned out fine, as far as I can see. And, when you talk about there are limitations, right, to our healthcare system, and me with having a background as a pharmacist, I've seen firsthand how much limited we are at what we can do in the hospital. Like you said, we have to check all those boxes.
Yeah.
And that's what all we did at the hospital, like check all the boxes. Not to mention the treatment for burnout. And what are some do you think what are some of the misconceptions people have about improving their well-being even with burnout?
Yeah, the biggest thing that comes to mind is that, like, when we think of being healthy, it's like, okay, are we exercising and are we eating right? But yes, those are a big piece of your physical wellness, but there's so much more to the whole picture. There's what I call 6 dimensions of wellness. So you have the physical aspect, you also have emotional, social, spiritual, intellectual, and occupational. So yes, you could be the most physically fit person in the world, but you could be struggling mentally and nobody knows because, oh, you look so fit, you eat so healthy, but on the inside, something's missing. And so often we're neglecting those other pieces of wellness, and people just think that, like, yeah, you're healthy, but are you really well? And we need to focus more on those, and that's a lot what gets missed in the healthcare system because they don't have time to focus on that.
They don't look at that holistic approach.
Yes, so that's the biggest thing that I like to incorporate is the wellness piece of, like, how do we get all of those pieces, those 6 pieces to come together so that you're totally well?
Nice. I've never seen anybody put it into the 6 pieces before. For me, I dumb it down into the 3, mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
But there are, like you said, they are intellectual, right? You need to be challenged, because when you're not challenged on a certain level, you get bored. And that could be, the thing that send you down the wrong road, right? Burnout or even depression.
Of course.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for that answer. And also, when we talk about wellness, there's self-care, right? Self-care is often overlooked by professionals and moms and all of us who want to take care of other people, especially, and nurses also. And how do you help your clients shift their mindset to prioritize themselves?
Yeah, the big thing is identifying kind of those limiting beliefs and those, like, key lifestyle changes that you can pour into that self-care piece. A big thing that we focus on is, like, say you want to work out 5 days a week. That's your long-term goal, but if you're currently not working out at all, how are you just gonna jump in and do it 5 days a week? That's not really something that's gonna be sustainable for you, or you're more likely to give up on it because it's so hard, whereas if you decide to work out 1 day a week or maybe a couple times or even just getting, like, a 10-minute walk in a day, something small that you can build on, and then as you build on those action steps, getting to that end goal so that it's a smooth transition and not something that feels so difficult. And the other piece I always say with, like, the self-care is, like you said, us as women, nurses, moms, we're always give, give, give. We're helping other people, but who's helping us? So we have to take that initiative to take care of ourselves, and we can't pour from an empty cup. You have to pour from something. If you are pouring from that empty cup, you're not being the best mom, you're not being the best nurse, not being the best person that you can be. And so you have to learn to fill your cup first so that you can be those people you want to be and give the way you want to give.
Absolutely. That's a good way to put it. You got to fill your cup. You can't show up as your best self if you don't fill your cup. Thank you for that. If someone is listening today and they feels completely drained and they don't know where to start, what is the one simple shift that they can do, that they can make today?
I like how you say simple shift because I think like the society we live in today just wants such a quick fix. They don't want to do the work. Like they just want, what can I do? What can I do? Get it done.
Mhm.
But if you were to pick one thing that could probably have the most effect, I would say is your mindset. Your mind really controls everything. Your mind holds the power of your body. And so doing even just a little bit of mindset work or kind of changing your mindset about certain things, whether you do a 5-minute practice in the morning of just like breathing and being present, or you do a gratitude practice or some journaling. An example I like to use is like say, okay, so we're showing up today to be on this podcast and I'm just going into it like, oh, I'm so anxious. This is going to go so bad. I don't feel good about this. A lot of times, how would it go? It's not going to go great. But if I start my day, I maybe take a few minutes to just breathe, shake out the nervousness and speak positivity into the world and like, this is going to go great. It's going to be awesome, an experience, a great opportunity. I'm so blessed to be here. That experience itself is going to be so different than that negative mindset. So you can apply that to going to your day of work too. Like people will go and be so negative and have a negative day, but if you just change that mindset about your day, things can go so much smoother.
You are the creator of your day, of your life, right?
Yeah.
And I'm glad you used yourself as an example because before we start this conversation, you said you did have a conversation with yourself in the car. Yeah, amazing. And you do practice what you preach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of like our words hold so much power too, and people don't realize that. So like if you speak negativity on yourself, even that like goes out into the universe. Whereas if you're speaking the positivity, that's the aura that you're giving.
Absolutely. Words has energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those interested in working with you, Chelsea, where can they find and you created this program, right? It's called the Thrive Journey. What does that look like and how can they work with you if they want to?
Yeah, the most important thing about the Thrive journey is that I really empower my clients to take ownership of their own life and take action because I could give you all the resources and all the tools to change, but if you're not willing to change or putting in that work to change, it's not going to stick. So I really empower you, and we also co-create a plan that works for you. So I'm there as kind of your guide to help you along the way in whatever way you need. I also provide like resources, accountability. We do a lot of goal setting and like action steps towards your goals, but I'm really that guide for you so that you can empower yourself to live back in a thriving life. But in order to start with me, I do have an online link that we that you can schedule a free consultation call, and it's usually about an hour. We just go over like what you're interested in, what you're looking for, maybe some struggles you're dealing with and what you're trying to change in your life, and then we go from there and make sure that we're a good fit for each other.
Awesome. Thank you. Is there any last words you want to say to our audience?
I would just say that you only have one life and one body, so what you do each day, just be mindful of that because a lot of times we don't get second chances, and to take care of yourself.
Thank you. That's powerful. Y'all, if you are feeling exhausted, stuck, and struggling with burnout, and you don't know what to do, and you don't know who to reach out to, just check out Chelsea's program and reach out to her. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for joining us today. And thank you, the audience, for tuning in. And if you found this information helpful, and if you know someone who can use this information, please forward this to them. And until next time, keep living a good life, take care of yourself, and master that life and master that health, master the wellness. And Dr. Sa signing off. Take care. See you next time. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you.